Hey everyone, Big Bird Big Daddy here, and we're continuing on in the second part of my Fire Emblem walkthrough. When we left off last, we did the prologue in the first chapter, and I said that at least in the beginning, the first couple chapters will be grouped together because they're relatively short, and as we move forward, we'll put each video in a separate, each chapter in a separate video. But for right now, we're going to group them. So the next chapter is Sword of Spirits. So a small altar lies on the outskirts of Bulgar. This ancient temple, sacred to the people of Sakai, has long been known for its powerful bond to the world of spirits. Before starting their journey, our travelers come here to pray for their well-being. At this altar, Lynn's hand is directed to a grand inheritance. So, in this chapter, there's a special sword. The Sword of Spirits. It's called the Manikati. And, we'll see what goes on. Sean, hold a moment and allow me a short detour. There's a sacred sword enshrined in an altar east of here. The people of Sakai go there to pray for safety at the onset of a long journey. Oh, how quaint. The teachings of Elamine have the most followers in the League. It's nice to see that here at least ancient customs are still observed. But, old man, stay where you are and hold your tongue. Threaten me as you will, but I will not give up the Manikati. Manikati is a sacred blade under divine protection. It cannot be removed from its place of rest. You're a fool, man. What good's the sword if you can't use it? Use it in combat? Sacrilege. Sacrilege, iron glass. The gods fear my name. My sword plays peerless. If I want the sword I shall have. Now get out of my way. So, he is the boss of the chapter class. What's this? I can't draw the sword. Spirits of the blade have judged you. You have been found wanting. They have rejected you. So he isn't worthy to wield the blade. But maybe Lyn will be. Curses, miserable spirits. I care nothing for you. I'll tear this altar down stone by stone. Well, that sucks. I beg your pardon, milady. Are you headed east to the altar? Yes, we are indeed. Then you must hurry and help the priest there. I saw a band of local ruffians headed there long ago. Yep, they're gonna try to steal it. But they can't. Hey Sean, there's some homes to the south of us. Okay, so this is the first time there are homes. Homes you can get information, get some additional dialogue that you normally wouldn't get. You can actually meet some characters there. You won't be able to recruit anybody, but you'll get some storyline options, more storyline information. Also, you can see right by either Kent or Sane, there's those two forts. Forts, at the end of every turn, if you spend a turn there, it heals your HP by a little bit. It also provides you defensive and hit bonuses. So they're very useful for when fighting large amounts of people. You're gonna help the priest. The bandits may have the main entrance guarded. However, one of the altar's walls is cracked and in poor repair. You might be able to create another entrance by hitting that section with your weapons. We're all counting on you. So now we're going to send Sane, because the game wants us to. In normal mode, I believe you can skip all that. Mountains make it difficult, it's easy to traverse. If you're riding on horseback, you can't cross them at all. I mentioned that in the first episode. Okay, if you couldn't catch that, hopefully you can pause the video and read it. So let's see here. You know much about the sword. It's called the Manikati, blessed by the spirits, quoted a priest. It's waiting for its rightful owner to appear. It's odd, don't you think? The idea a sword can choose who will wield it. Yeah, it's a little strange. So we're gonna wait there. Let these guys do their thing. And yeah, the game's gonna start talking to you about fortresses. So at the best thing you can do is have your units on it and keep your the enemy units from ever getting to it. If an enemy gets to it, it makes them extremely difficult to hit. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, so what I could do, I can move Sane there. I can move Kent here. Good, so he can't get... Doing it this way, it blocks him from going down here to get to that fortress. So he either is going to attack Kent or Sane, who have weapon advantages over him, because I have the sword equipped. And Lynn's going to be right here. So he's probably going to go after Kent. Okay, yeah, there you go. Which is okay. I'm going to be able to get a hit in. Kent isn't fast enough to double yet, unfortunately, so... yeah. Chapter goal is to seize the throne. Give a weapons triangle. The lance is the best to get him because he has a sword. So what I'm going to plan to do, let's see, Lynn is, oh yeah, so stats. If you hit the left bumper, it'll automatically bring you to, it'll help you cycle through your units. If you hit the right trigger on a unit that's selected, you get to see their stats. So you see strength, skill, speed, luck, defense, resistance, move, constitution, aid, traveler, affinity, and condition. Strength affects how much damage you do. Skill affects your hit percentage. The higher your skill, the better your chance of hitting with the weapon you have equipped. Speed is important. The higher your speed, the greater chance you can double your opponents. It also has a little bit to do with dodging. As the same thing with luck. Luck and speed sort of go hand in hand when it comes to dodging attacks. The higher your luck and speed, the more chance you have of dodging a hit. Luck also has something to do with critical hit chance. So the higher your luck, also the higher your chance to critical is. Defense, of course, affects defense against opponents' attacks. Resistance is resistance to magic attacks. We haven't seen a magic user yet, but resistance is important. Movement, that's how many steps you can move normally, not taking into account terrain differences. Constitution is how big your unit is, meaning the lower your constitution, the easier it is for you to be rescued by someone of a higher aid. So you can see I have aid and constitution to go together. Because Lynn's constitution's 5, she can only aid people with a constitution of 4 or lower. Aid is 16 because usually horseback rider or mounted units, they can aid pretty much anybody. They can pick up anybody to rescue. And we'll go over rescuing another time. I believe it's in a different level where you can learn about rescuing. Typically, adding constitution is only good if you need to aid somebody. However, adding constitution to a mounted unit reduces their aid amount. So if I were to increase the constitution of Kent, his aid would actually go down, meaning he can rescue less people because he's more bulky. Traveler shows who you're carrying, rescuing at that moment. Affinity has something to do with, what's it called? If you were support, if you have 2 units support each other, let's see, should I have, yeah, I'll have Lloyd kill him. 2 units can support each other by attacking together, ending the turn right next to each other in adjacent spots. And they have to be compatible units. So only certain units are compatible with others. And so I'm going to have Sane there. So let's say Sane and Kent, they're actually compatible for support conversations. And whenever you get a support conversation, if the two characters have been around each other long enough, you'll get an option in the menu that says support. Pretty good. I wish the speed increased, but strength and skill is pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna have Kent come down here, finish off this bandit. Every time you get a support, you're able to support, you get a conversation between the two, a little bit of backstory, and your support level will increase. You'll get a C, and you can get up to an A, which means you have to support 3 times. I believe in this game you can only support once a level. Something like that. And you can only get up to 5 support levels. So you can get up to an A with one person and then up to a B with another person. Or you can get 2 Bs and a C. Or you can get 5 Cs. It just depends how you want to play. And every time you increase your support level, if the characters are within 3 spaces of each other, I'm just going to have Lynn wait here. If they're within 3 spaces of each other, they get bonuses to their attack and to their hit, I believe. Sometimes to their defense. It depends on their affinity to each other. So some affinities go better with each other than others. For instance, I think light and darkness go well together. I'm not quite sure exactly. You can go online to find that, but depending on the affinities paired to each other, you either get bonuses added or you might get some deductions to some stats. Depending on who your conversation is with. So that's how supports go. You might see one later. Okay, so there's this guy here. 198. Okay, I'm gonna have Sane use the lance on this guy. And he misses. There you go. There's the weapon triangle at work. Oh, his skill didn't increase. That's Sane's weakness. Sane is actually one of the better characters in the game. At least I think. But his low skill early on is really a hindrance. I don't know if Lynn can kill him. She can. So I'm going to send Kent down here. Hopefully he doesn't get killed. And I'm going to send Lynn up here to kill the boss. And he misses. Oh, but I miss. Wow, I had an 83% chance to hit and I still missed. Hopefully the computer usually attacks the lords if they're within range. So if you have a unit within range of an enemy unit, they usually go after your lord rather than your unit, unless your unit is weaker and has a combat advantage. Cool, I got a resistance. Too bad strength didn't go up. Or other things. Also, I didn't get to show you. You can actually look at what the enemy units are carrying. Sometimes enemy units will have an item in their inventory that's glowing like a greenish color. Something like that. That means the item, if you beat them, it'll be dropped. You can actually use this to your advantage sometimes. Sometimes your unit will have a useful item that you would want. Especially units that have 2 different types of weapons. You can actually manipulate what weapon they use and have them drop the weapon that you want. We might see some of that later on in the game. You might need to drop some old items to pick up new ones. Bear this in mind. You can only carry 5 items at a time. 5 different items at a time. At least right now. There's no merchant. You don't get... you get this guy named Merlinus later on in the game. As of right now, you don't. And Kit just got a critical. Awesome. So we don't have to waste any more time over here. So now we can just end the chapter. So that's chapter 2, Sword of Spirits. Let's seize. Ah, your clothing. Are you of the Lurka tribe? I'm Lynn, the chieftain's daughter. Are you hurt, sir? Thanks to you, I am unscathed. You have my gratitude. And the sword, is it safe? Yes, I have sealed the sword safely away. Until I remove my spell, the sword cannot be drawn. Now, as a token of my gratitude, I shall allow you to lay hands upon the Manichati. Touch the blade's pattern and pray for a safe journey. Oh, thank you so much. But... What did... The sword, it's glowing. Ah, the power of the spirits. They have looked into your soul and they call out to you. What does that mean? You are its rightful owner. You are to wield the Manichati. No, I couldn't. I couldn't. It's the sword's wish. If you require proof, draw it from its sheath. It came out effortlessly. I never dared to hope that I might meet the wielder of the Manichati in my life. I am indeed fortunate to see your sword reach your hands. My sword? It's time for you to go, Lynn. You face a great many ordeals. Grip the sword, meet your destiny head on. Yes, sir. So, the Manichati. Things with special weapons. So this is the Manichati. Blade with no equal. Yeah, with special weapons like the Manichati, once you have used up all its uses, it'll break. You don't have to worry about it too much. You do, at least in the prologue, because let's say it breaks in the prologue, because the game continues on after that with Eliwood's story, Lynn actually gets another Manichati. So you don't have to worry about it then. But once you start playing in Eliwood's or Hector's story, if the Manichati breaks, you don't get another one. The same thing with Hector's weapon, I believe, the Wolf Bale. It's an axe. I believe there's only 1 or 2 of it. The one he gets, and I think he can get another one. Not sure. Same thing with Eliwood's weapon, the Rapier. But we'll deal with that when the time comes. The special weapons, you want to hang on to it as much as you can, and only use it if you have to. So this is Castle Caelin. This is where we're supposed to head. What? Madeline's daughter's still alive? That's Lynn's mother. Yes, Lord Lundgren. Lundgren is Lynn's grand uncle. Her grandfather's brother. Girls traveling with Kent, insane what he orders if we let them be. I've heard that Northern Burn is full of bandits. She's just a girl. She'll not survive her journey here. I'm more concerned with my older brother. His life must be ended quickly. The poison. There must be no blunders. Yes, my lord. He suspects nothing and continues to drink it. The Marquess's death, no doubt, to sudden illness is not far off. Soon Caelin will be mine. So he wants to, Lundgren wants to take control. He was actually the next in line after his brother would die. But because Lena showed up, she's actually the rightful heir. Because she's the daughter of his daughter, so to speak. She's a direct descendant of his rather than a brother or sister of the king. So she would actually be next in line rather than him. That's why she's trying to kill him and kill the brother right away, because if the brother finds out, bad things will happen. So he's trying to kill his own brother and kill his his grandniece, so he can gain control of the throne. So this video is actually nearing 20 minutes. I'm actually going to stop the video here because I explained a lot. That took a lot of time. Chapter 3 and 4 I might group into one since I don't need to explain too much. Typically the prologue chapters are introductory chapters where they try to teach you anyway, so I might be able to group them into one if I can stop talking, but we'll see. If you guys like this video, please give it a like and a thumbs up. And if you like my channel, like what I have here, please subscribe. Yeah, so when we come back next time, we'll continue on with Chapter 3, Band of Mercenaries. And you guys will see the screen next time. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Take care.